Hi YouTube, it's me again. As you can see, I'm in a new room, and that is because I have made it to London. Woo! I've survived my first term at Guildhall. Still can't quite believe it, but here I am, against all odds. Here I am. And I'd like to thank everyone who has made this possible, everyone who has donated to my Give a Little fund, and people who've agreed to sponsor me, and just everyone who's encouraged me and provided moral support, and that includes my various therapists over the course of the year who have helped me deal with anxiety and emetophobia and things like that, because that has helped me get here in one piece. Thank you, family, for also just having my back this whole time. You're amazing. It is New Year's Eve at the time that I'm filming it. It will probably be New Year's Day or the day after New Year's Day when I post this because I'm lazy. But I thought I'd do a little year in review. So, how has my 2023 gone? Or this half of 2023? Well, it's been an absolute roller coaster and absolutely amazing. I've learnt so much. I'm loving the way my voice sounds now with all the extra input I'm getting at Guildhall, and I'm loving all the new things I'm learning and just the sheer amount of opportunities there are here. I've been able to sing in master classes with people like Jonathan Lamalu and Dame Emma Kirkby, and I watched a masterclass with Dame Felicity Lott, so that was absolutely amazing. I've watched some incredible shows. I've seen my classmates strut their stuff and been like, wow. So it's just really inspiring. But I am also extremely tired. I am unfortunately showing a few early signs of burnout, so I'm being extra careful and trying to rest as much as I can and do some nice boring things like reading and knitting and sleeping, because it can take years to recover from burnout if you're not careful, and it can be especially dangerous for neurospicy people like me. Some of those early signs for me were things like lack of motivation, feeling depressed, feeling over anxious and just overstimulated, and just being incredibly tired. There are also things like getting more cold sores and mouth ulcers and things like that. I still have what I think may be vertigo, like when I move my head and my eyes, I feel this weird lurch and I feel dizzy. And it always gets worse when I'm tired, so I'm gonna get that checked out. I have recently found out that I do in fact have dyspraxia, so that is probably related. Um, and I also have characteristics of ADHD, which is probably also why my executive function just seems to be getting more and more interesting the older I get and the more I unmask. So that's been quite a journey. But one of the really cool things about Guildhall is they do free screenings for a lot of the flavors of neurospiciness, and that was how I found out. So it's good. It means I understand myself a little bit better. I can be a bit kinder to myself and do things that work for my special little brain. Yay. So I'll keep you updated on that little journey. What else? I've been absolutely loving exploring London and just seeing all these famous places. Probably my favourite place so far is Camden Market. It's amazing. It is so crowded, and crowds really stress me out, so I can only do it in small doses, but I love it, and that is where I got my eyebrow pierced. New Year's resolutions. I don't really do New Year's resolutions usually because I can't keep them most of the time. But I do have sort of a New Year's resolution this year, or next year rather, and that is to do a big online cleanup, because I started this YouTube channel and lots of other social media accounts when I was still in my late teens, early 20s, and my brain was still developing, and I said a lot of really silly things. For example, you may find some definitions on Urban Dictionary under the name Socratina, which I unfortunately can't get rid of as far as I know, because I've completely forgotten my login details. I've tried, but they seem to just be stuck there forever. And they're so embarrassing and problematic, because one of them was about an anime character and I quoted Martin Luther King, and I'm like, I shouldn't be quoting Martin Luther King when I'm talking about anime characters. It's not really a laughing matter, actually. And the other was, I was talking about chickmata, which is like when you shave your legs and your ankles bleed and it looks like stigmata, and it generally occurs on chicks, but like actually you don't have to be a chick to shave your legs, and chicks don't have to shave their legs, and blah blah blah. So I've matured beyond Urban Dictionary. I've deleted also a lot of my old YouTube comments, which some of them were so silly. Some of them were just plain rude. I used your classic ableist slang. I've even had to edit out some of the silly things I said in old videos, like ableist slang and slang that's kind of harmful to the rainbow community, and problematic ships. There's still plenty of those up from when I was young and dumb. Wait, is that ableist slang? I think it is. I'm sorry. I've had songs I've written about things like yaoi, which I realize now is arguably not a very good thing because it portrays a lot of harmful stereotypes. I also made a video about disability and cosplay, and my argument then was that it's okay to wear things associated with disabilities when cosplaying as a disabled character, but now I'm not so sure actually, because some people with disabilities have specifically asked not for those things to be used, and I'm now of the opinion that if someone asks for something and they have a different experience from you, it's important to just listen, even if you don't understand. You need to respect them. All these things I've realized as I've gotten older, and so I don't use Twitter anymore. I hate to think what's on there. Sorry, X. I don't use X anymore. It's been excommunicated. And I need to delete my old accounts. Oh, and as for my Tumblr, don't even get me started. I was still developing most of my life views when I used Tumblr, and so I said some quite questionable things about feminism and shipping, and I'm sure I misgendered plenty of anime characters, and I made racist, ableist, transphobic, etc. jokes, thinking at the time, oh, they're just jokes, why is everyone so upset? But now that I'm older, I do realize that even just jokes can lead to harmful behavior, because little bits of hate can find each other, and unfortunately it took the absolute tragedy of the Al Noor Mosque attack to make me realize that, because after that a lot of people said, yeah, people who make racist comments and jokes can often create these echo chambers, which can later make people think it's okay to do really horrible things like commit hate crimes, and I don't want to be part of that. So even though I used to think that quote unquote SJWs or woke people were cringe, I now realize that I am a woke people and I am cringe, or at least I want to be a woke people and I want to be cringe. because I'd much rather be cringe than tolerate things that kill people. If that makes sense. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I have become the cringe that I once cringed at. Facebook was the first social media platform that I ever had. I said the most ridiculous things there, I swear, because I was a teenager. And one of the things that still haunts me, I sometimes lie awake at night and think, oh no, what if somebody discovers that Samurai Jack cosplay that I did years ago? Which at the time, I thought it was fine because I didn't actually do like any skin color changes or anything like that. I didn't use eyelid glue or anything really gross like that. I just did really thick eyebrows and put color in my hair and wore my kendo gear because I did kendo at the time. And so I thought I was doing kind of an homage because I love Samurai Jack. It's an amazing show, love the character, love the concept. But now I'm not really sure if I should have done that because there is a lot of controversy in the opera world about productions like Madame Butterfly and the Mikado, and whether people of my shade should play those characters at all. I had no ill intent when I did that cosplay, and I don't plan to do that again. Back when I still thought people with my current views were cringe, I had this anonymous blog on an unnamed website, which I need to get rid of, but I just kind of used it to vent about everything, and I ended up writing all these silly stories about this character who was like, quote unquote, triggered by everything and autistic like me, and also just all the labels that people thought were cringe back then. And now I realized that that character was just me. Basically, it was a self-insert. I knew it even then, but I just didn't want to admit it. So now I'm gonna have to delete everything and start again. But that's okay. I'm 30 years old now, and I know better than I did when I was a baby. You're probably wondering why I'm making such a big deal out of this, because it's not that big a deal. There's a life outside of the interwebs, but because I made quite a deep digital footprint this year with my I kissed a cow and I liked it video that went viral. I hope this doesn't get taken down for the right of copy, but yeah, I figured if I'm gonna make a deep digital footprint, it might as well be a relatively clean one, apart from the cow kissing thing. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing this because I care about other people or because I'm scared of getting in trouble. Possibly the latter. I'm very scared of getting in trouble. I always have been, probably always will be. So if I'm selfish, I'm sorry. But that being said, in future, please do tell me if I mess up, if I do or say something harmful, because I want to keep learning and I want to keep doing the right thing, genuinely. And also, please do tell me what kind of content you'd like to see on my new and improved Tumblr and other things, because I would love to build up this community again and get this channel back off the ground. That was so rambly, my gosh, my throat's sore because I talk too much. But anyway, Happy New Year! And I hope that all of us have a good 2024. As we slide down the banister of life, may all the splinters be pointing the right way. Bye!